I wasn't invited to my sister's wedding. Went on a trip. When the wedding broke apart. My whole family was in a panic when it fell apart. To get to me. You're exaggerating. It's just a wedding, my mom said. I was not invited to my sister's wedding. I made plans for a trip instead. A few days later. My family kept calling me. I sat there, staring at my screen and reading the message for the fourth time. Hey, just wanted to tell you who the guests are. Finalized, and we had to make some hard cuts. I hope you get it. I love you. Hard cuts. Hard cuts. I wasn't a far-off cousin. I wasn't a member of the family. A friend they hadn't seen in a while. Years. I was her brother. And my sister. The same sister I had helped through. Every time I was in a crisis, heartbroken, or self-doubt has just cut me out as an afterthought. I looked at the screen for a second. A slow ache of disbelief went through my in the chest. I almost laughed since this had to have made a mistake. I picked up the phone and called my mom. She replied on the second ring, her voice cheerful. Hey. Hey, love, what's going on? I didn't care. Talking about minor things. I just got a text from Emily. She says the list of guests is finalized, and I'm not on it. There was a stop for just long enough to show what I have thought before. Oh dear, my mother let out a sigh. She always used that voice, made me feel like I was being not fair. It's only a wedding. Don't make a big deal out of it. Just a marriage. I felt a hot, searing quail in my stomach. I asked, "Are you serious?" My voice was strangely calm. Mom, I'm her brother. Why am I not welcome to my own? Why wasn't I invited to my sister's wedding? She made a tisk sound. Sound like a toddler having a tantrum. It's not personal, they said. To keep the number of guests low. And Mom, I shut her off. I just saw Emily's post on Instagram. She asked 150 people to come. A pause, then a strained laugh. Well, you know how things are. Weddings cost a lot. And maybe they thought you wouldn't mind missing this one. I thought. Like someone had punched me in the gut. Don't mind? I asked. Mom, I'd been there for Emily through everything. I gave a hand. Twice moved her. When she lost her. We paid half of her rent when she lost her job. And I was the one who helped her get over her last time they broke up. But now I'm not well enough to be there for her big day. Oh, stop being so theatrical, Mom said with a sigh. It's only one day. You're going too far. For a short while I laughed. And not funny at all. You're overreacting, right? I could already guess what would happen. Go. I would say. My mom would just shrug me off. Emily would definitely give a later, half-hearted apologies. I'd be expected to let go of things and move on because that's what I've always done. Not this time. Something inside me broke. If I wasn't good enough to be included. Okay, I wouldn't be. I hung up without saying nothing and starting to look about through my phone. If I didn't plan to go to Emily's wedding, then I was going to be in a much nicer place. I was going on a trip. The more I thought about it, I got angrier the more I thought about it. I wasn't the kind of person who got mad over not important things. I had already allowed a lot of things go. Emily had done it over and over again. Forgot about my birthday. She would call me anytime she needed something. My mother always wanted me to be the getting one Emily was able to receive. Got away with murder. But this was a whole new level of hate. I wasn't. I was going to sit around and mope while my sister and the rest of the family had fun. Happy little wedding without me. If I wasn't important enough to be featured, then I wasn't important enough to be there when they needed it. Me. I picked up my laptop and started searching for flights. If Emily could have the best day in her life, then I planned to have the finest week of my life. I spent less than an hour planning it. I booked a place to stay that includes everything. At a 5-star hotel in the Caribbean. Suite with a view of the ocean, spa services, and a private beach to use. I had always thought that such a journey would cost too much. This time, however, my expectations were different. I wasn't just going on vacation. I was making a point. When the wedding. By the time the weekend came, I was already on a first-class. Passengers on the plane are drinking champagne. I made sure to submit a picture of my legs stretched out with a drink in hand. This caption. I guess I didn't make the cut on the guest list. However, I believe I will be fine. The responses came almost right away. A few of my cousins sent me laughing emoticons. My aunt, the only sane person in the good for you, said a family member. Take me with you. But what is the best response? My mom gave me that. She sent me 3 texts in a row. Mom. Where are you? My mom says. Really missing your sister's wedding. Over this? Mom, you're being petty. Small? I wasn't even close to being done. I sent back a picture of the beach. With white sand and clear blue water. The postcard included a picture of the ocean. Great view. Then I turned off the phone. I'm not going to allow them to make me feel awful. Not this time. For the first time in a long time. I was not putting my family first. I put myself first. And it felt amazing. When I got there, I had completely gotten rid of all. Still feeling awful. As soon as I walked, the warm ocean was waiting for me outside the airport. The breeze caressed me and brought the smell of salt and flowers from the tropics. A car for you was waiting to take me to the resort. A cool black SUV with towels that are cold. There were bottles of water in the back seat. Yes, this was far better than a marriage. While we were driving down the shore, I thought just how right I had been to do this. My family back home was probably busy getting ready for the big day. My mom was probably making reasons why I wasn't there. Her sister was laughing with her bridesmaids, not giving me a second thinking, but I wasn't treated like this is an afterthought. I was here. First choice. Being here was my top priority. The resort was something that came from a dream. The entrance features huge palm trees blossoming inside. A huge open-air building that let the wind from the ocean in, and the kind quality service where you were welcomed with a drink before you checked in. My room. Not real. Windows that go from floor to ceiling and a Private balcony and the most beautiful. The biggest bed I have ever seen. I put my things down and walked out into the balcony and just took it all in. Then, to make things even worse, I took a picture of the view and sent it to you. With this caption: when one door shuts, another one opens, and it would be best if it did so to a suite on the beach with limitless margaritas. I knew it would get there. To my family. And to be honest, I hoped it did, because they could for once know how it felt to be left out. And I was just getting started. The first full day of my journey was only great. I started the day with room service, which included pancakes that were light and fluffy, delicious fruit and coffee that was it was so good that it wrecked every cup I'd ever tasted. After that, I spent the whole day doing exactly what I wanted to accomplish. No responsibilities. There isn't a family. Just myself, the ocean, and a time in the middle of chaos. Simply thought about how much fun I was having. In the afternoon, I was lying on a sunbed beside the pool that goes on forever, with a martini in hand, watching the waves come in. Often, I'd look at my phone, not to check in with my family, but glance at the more and more people are responding to my blogs about vacations. The remarks were excellent. Hey, Cousin Jake, where are you? Okay, Aunt Lisa, now you're just showing off. A friend from college says, hey man, ask me next time. Finally, I got a message that made me smirk. Emily read your article. Oh, now. She was paying attention. I could just think about how she would react. Sitting in drinking cheap drinks in the bridal room. Champagne and surfing through Instagram. Simply to see me living my best life whilst she is worried about her wedding. Okay. I leaned back and took another sip of my drink, and thought, enjoy your happy birthday, sis. I hope it's all you desired. But when the sun started to, something strange happened at sunset. The phone started to blow up. At first, I didn't pay attention to it. I thought it was just more people responding to my pictures, but then I saw these names. Mom, Emily, and a cousin. Uncle Rob and Jake were also present. Call after call. There are a lot of texts pouring in. I raised an eyebrow and finally opened my cell phone. The first text I got was from my mom. Call me, Mom. It's an emergency. Is there a problem? Are you planning on attending the wedding? I let out a sigh, wondering whether I actually cared. Jake. Then they issued another message. Jake's response. Man, you are not going to. You won't believe what just happened. Oh, now I was interested. I got up and scrolled through the texts, and I rapidly understood that the world had gave me the best wedding gift I could have asked for, ever wished for. Because, as it turned out, Emily's gorgeous wedding has already happened. Burned down. I looked through many messages. My sneer grew with everyone. Jake said, bro, you avoided a bullet. Mom, could you please call me as soon as possible? This is a family emergency. Please, Emily. Where are you? I need you. I extended out in my chair. I took another one. I took a sip of my drink and kept going. Scrolling. Then I got a message that made me laugh out loud. According to To cousin Melissa, the groom just walked out. I almost choked on my drink. Did the groom go? Oh, the weather was better than I thought it would be. Wanting to know got the best of me. So I sent Jake a text back. What I said. What do you mean he left? Hey Jake? Man, during the major meltdown at the reception, he and Emily got into a big fight and then he left. Just left the place. Jake again. Oh, and Uncle Rob and Dad and Mom got into a fight over who was hurting the family's good name. Grandma was crying. The venue cut the bar early. It's a big mess. I leaned back, grinning. My sister had said no to letting me going to the wedding, thinking that she didn't need me. And now, all of a sudden, I was the first person they all ran toward. I could hear my mom's voice in my head. You have to make this better. Emily is heartbroken. Yes, no. Thanks. I opened the message below. It was from Emily. Answer, Emily says. Please give me your phone. I need you. Oh. All of a sudden, I was important. I took a deep breath and typed back a single answer. Me, sorry, I'm a bit busy. I like how I overreacted. Hope the wedding was a lot of fun. And then I blocked her number of the phone. I blocked my mom. I also blocked Jake just in case he got pulled into their guilt trip scheme. After that, I put my phone on do not disturb mode, waved to the bartender, and ordered another drink because while my family was falling apart, I was in heaven. And I wasn't bothered this time. The next morning, I woke up to the sound of waves crashing on the beach. The smell of the sea and tropical flowers wafted through the doors to my open balcony. I stretched and yawned, and for a minute, I almost forgot about a lot of noise at home. Not quite. Then I looked at my phone. Even though I blocked most of my family, but I had more than 20 missed calls from numbers that are not in order. They did everything they could to get in touch with me. There were many voicemails slid through. Even though I knew better, I pressed play on the first one against my better judgment. 1. Mom's voice was frantic. I don't know. What you think you're doing is wrong. The prez isn't the time for one of your fits. Your sister is heartbroken, and we need you here. This family needs to stay together. United right now. I rolled my eyes before getting rid of it. Next message. Emily is crying. I don't get why you are doing this. You're my brother. I need you. Please call me back. Click. Gone. The next one had me laughing. Jake muttered like he was hidden in a closet. Hey, Mom and Aunt. Lisa is going to come to your when you return back to your flat. Just a heads up. Grandma continues saying the same thing again and again. The wedding was cursed since you weren't there. There. It's really funny. Was that a voicemail? I have saved. I threw my phone away on the bed and then stepped out onto the balcony. The sun had just come up, making the ocean look golden. I took a big inhale and let the warmth sink in. Of it to sink in. At home, the FA was rushing to fix the damage. Control. Meanwhile, I was here drinking espresso in a bathrobe. Loving the best choice I ever made. And the nicest thing was that they were now feeling what I felt when they cut me out. I felt never forgotten or left out. It was very lyrical, to be honest. But I wasn't done yet. I picked up my phone. I took a picture of my breakfast, which had light and fluffy pancakes, fresh fruit, and a mimosa that was so bright that might blind someone, and put up with this title: Beginning my day without stress. I hope everyone back home is doing fine. Then, just for fun, I went and smiled at my blocked messages. All the calls that were missed and placed a second mimosa. I didn't mean to call them back. Let them clean up their own mess. I was on vacation. By noon, I was relaxing in a private cabana, having a tropical drink within. When my phone vibrated again, I was under the umbrella. This time, the communication came from a cousin. Melissa, I get it. You're upset, and you have every right to be, yet you need to know what happened following the marriage. Please call me. You're going to love this. I raised an eyebrow. Melissa has always been the only cousin with a brain. If she said I had to. If you heard anything, it was probably worth it. Time. So even though I knew it was wrong, I phoned her. She picked up on the first ring. Thank God you're finally answering, she replied, unable to hide her happiness. Okay, are you sitting down? I asked as I looked about in my shaded cabana, the wide. I could see the ocean in front of me and the cold drink in my hand. Yeah, I guess I'm in an excellent spot for whatever the situation is. Melissa laughed so hard she couldn't breathe. Fine. Emily had a total breakdown. And I don't mean a few tears. I mean yelling, crying, and tossing things at the people at the wedding. I smirked. I find this to be satisfactory. Melissa continued, her voice full of excitement. Everyone was trying to calm her down. Mom heard Aunt Lisa talking. Say that the disaster may have been prevented. If you had been there, I blinked. What? Melissa laughed. Yes, she was stating that you have always been the one to fix things when Emily spirals, that if you were there, you would have talked some sense into the groom. You dealt with things like you usually do. I couldn't stop laughing. So, let me get this straight. The same family that not letting me go to the wedding is now putting the blame on me for not being there too. Keep it. Things get better, Melissa said. Lisa's mom informed her she was acting. That's just silly. And then they began fighting loudly. Then Grandma turned into said that Emily was to blame for this herself because she made the universe mad by not asking her brother to come. I choked on my drink. Melissa was laughing hard. Now, Grandma gave Emily a talk in front of everyone, saying, if you had treated your family better. Buy yourself in your wedding dress right now. I leaned back and smiled. Wow, that's lovely. Then Melissa answered, oh. Your mother tried to get in touch with the groom's family to settle the what's going on. His mother merely smiled and commented, this is now your responsibility. I had to put down my drink before I spilled it. because they were laughing so hard. So, I said, taking a break to catch my breath. Where does that go? Leave Emily? Melissa groaned, still crying and still blaming everyone but herself. The last time I heard, she was trying to save the wedding with some kind of plan B. But let's be honest, she is not going to get better from this. I shook my head and smiled. You know what's the best part? What? I drank slowly from my drink. I don't mind. Melissa laughed so hard they yelled. To be honest, I don't blame you. I just thought you might like to know that karma completed its job. Work. Oh, I adore knowing that. Said with a smile. Thanks for the. Melissa, here's an update. No problem, she said. Have a wonderful trip. And for the record, you did the right thing. I hung. More happy than I had been in years. They wanted to get married without me. And now, because of their own, they had a calamity because they were selfish. Instead, I picked up my drink and lifted it up to the sky. And I made a toast to the best choice I've ever made. Following that, I switched off my phone and relaxed back in my cabana. Let the air from the shore take away the rest of my shame. I didn't look at the rest of the day. My phone. I set up a sunset instead. Cruise. Let the warm breeze sweep over me and had a 5-star meal by the sea. My family was still cleaning up the pieces from the disaster during Emily's wedding. I was eating the best steak I'd ever had. At some time, an idea came to mind. Maybe I should feel. I felt a deep sense of sympathy for her. Then I thought about how she didn't think twice before leaving me out. Yes, no. I drank some of my wine. I got one last picture of the view and sent it to. One line of text. No regrets. Finally, I turned off my phone with a beaming smile. Once more. Let them stew. I was done with their plan B. The next. I woke up this morning feeling lighter than 4 years. There is no shame. There won't be any stress. There weren't any last-minute family emergencies that came up at the last minute that became to fix. Just me and the noise of waves and a whole day of nothing but sleep. I stretched and ordered a room service, and because I was curious, I turned my phone back on. A huge mistake. My notification went up in seconds. Mother replied, "You need to quit acting like a call me, child," Emily said. I can't believe you're doing this to me. You are quite selfish. Your mom. It's not humorous. Emily's heart is broken. Do you even care? No number is known. Maybe. My aunt. We need to make this family better. Before it's too late. I moaned and I shook my head. It was almost a surprise. So quickly they stopped paying attention to me. To think that I could fix everything. Then. One message caught my eye. Okay, Melissa, I get that you are. Please read this, even though it seems like I'm ignoring everyone. Your mom is trying to get the relatives to talk to when you get back. I wanted to give you a heads up. I almost laughed out loud. They thought I would come back as if nothing had happened. Like I just come up and make me feel guilty and act as if nothing ever happened. No, that's not going to happen. I answered right away. To Melissa. Thanks for the warning. But I won't be there. Melissa says. Wait, what do you mean? Me? I'm adding more time to my vacation. They wanted to kill me. Out. Okay, I'm going to stop now. All in all, I could almost see her response. A mix of surprise and fun. A few seconds later, she answered. Melissa, that's an iconic thing. Tell me everything when you get back, no matter when. That is, LOL. I smiled and put down my phone and picked up my laptop. With just a few clicks, my journey was set. Prolonged. The journey continued for a full week. There's no family, no turmoil. Conversations, just me and the sea. They never let me have peace. And the best part was that they couldn't do anything. Before going to the beach, I thought about it. Sent one last text. The group included myself, my mom, and Emily. Oh, so you want me to stay? Sorry, I'm too busy having fun with my reactions. Have fun. You should focus on tidying up your own mess. Then, 4. I blocked their numbers for the last time. I put my phone down and ordered another drink while letting the sun warm my skin. There is no guilt, and there will be no stress. There were no regrets, just calm, and it was the best choice I've ever made. Thanks for viewing. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell to get notifications to stay updated with more stunning things that happen in real life. Stories that are going on around